Hi everybody, it's Rich here and my Fast and Fun channel, and in this week we're taking a look back at 2020 and the ups and downs of running my Porsche Boxster S 987. So this is my final drive in the Boxster this year before I put it away for the winter. It's something that I do every year, and that's more to do with the fact that of the cars and the rotation of the cars, and I get more fun out of the Boxster in the summer months than the winter. But I know it's a really diversive topic on all the forums. But looking back at 2020 then, the car, because of COVID restrictions, has not been used as much as previous years. It's done only about 3,000 miles, which is much less than I ever anticipated doing in it. Through the early part of the year, it was off the road due to just being sawn. And then we had COVID struck in March, and we went into lockdown, which obviously hampered getting the Boxster out until later on in the year. I did get it out, and then we had some great summer months in the Boxster, and that's where I did the majority of the 3,000 miles I've done this year. And we had a great time doing it, and it was absolutely faultless. It's driven. There's been no problems. Didn't have any costs associated with it at all. But now it's getting into the sort of the late part of autumn, early part of winter. Now the weather's starting to turn, the roads are all getting salty, so it's that time of year I normally put the Boxster away for a few months. Perhaps not as long as other years, because I'm really keen to get the Boxster out early in 2021. Having said that, I put the Boxster in for a minor service a couple of weeks ago at my local specialist, Porsche specialist. They did a minor service. I think it was 245 for the minor service. I also got the brake fluid changed as well, and the other couple of things that they picked up were the seal on the fuel cap, and that comes as a fuel cap assembly, so I got the fuel cap assembly replaced, and a bracket on the exhaust as well was missing, so that got replaced as well. So that was it, all in. It was about just under £340, but at least I know it's had the oil change as well just before I put it away for the winter. And that's been my only expenditure this year on the Boxster. However, there is an advisory that I've got a slight seep in the coolant crossover pipe, or one of the coolant crossover pipes, and I'm going to need to get that done as soon as I bring it out of winter hibernation. There's 6 of them. They're not difficult to replace, but access is. There's only one that is seeping, the other 5 are good. However, the specialists have said all the cost is associated with getting access, subframe, steering rack. It's a real pain to get into, so if you're paying the cost of getting access, you just replace all 6. So I'm going to get all 6 crossover pipes, coolant crossover pipes, replaced in the spring as soon as I bring it out of hibernation. The cost for that from my Porsche specialist have quoted me a fixed price of £450. So again, that, I think the research I've done seems to be quite a good price. Let me know if anyone thinks that's high or low in the comments, please, in this video. So I mean, I nearly got it done before it went away. I probably should have done. The only thing I'll clearly have to check before I put it away is just to make sure that that seep hasn't turned into a proper leak and I've started losing coolant over the winter months. But I won't be using it until it's had those crossover pipes replaced. And I know the putting the car off the road is always a diversive subject, and it's one that I'm probably going to do a short video on, I think, on the pros and cons to it, because for me, ultimately it's quite simple. It's your car, you do what you want with it, and people have very much different circumstances and different conditions, and they live in different places, so I don't think there's one rule that fits for everybody. But driving the Porsche. It's always a special place for me. It's always a special drive, just as much as the very first time I get back in it after the winter. So and you realise I've been driving a couple of my other cars, and it's not until you get back into a Boxster, having been in a Renault Sport Clio 182 for the last couple of weeks, and that's got a really quite an awkward driving position. And as soon as you slip back into a Boxster, you just think, why can't other manufacturers get the basics right, which is get a great driving position? And I just think the Boxster is just such a great place to be. The seats are so supportive, you feel low, the pedals are in the right place, it all just feels absolutely spot on. The other event in 2020 was towards the end of the summer, early autumn. I actually also went to put the Boxster on for sale, and that was I had mixed feelings about it. I wasn't sure whether to sell it or not. I just probably fancy something a bit different, something else to join the group of cars. I actually got an offer substantially more than I paid for the car, sort of nearly 2 years ago. Now, I don't know if that's specifically because, to tell you that prices of 987s are rising, I think partially it was because I got this car a little bit under book value when I bought it, because it needed a major service and there was a lot of risk associated with that. So I got it for a good price, but I think it does show that I don't think 987 prices are going anywhere at all, whether that's up or down. And I think that's been supported quite a lot by pretty firm prices on the first generation Boxsters, the 986s as well. Again, it'd be interesting to see anybody's views on where they think their 987s are, because for me, I think that ceiling on the Boxster S's in particular sat at around sort of 10k. They seem to be bumping along that sort of line for quite a few years now. So I'm in these last few miles now before I get back and get the car washed, cleaned, dried and put away for the winter. And I do look forward to getting this back out again in the spring, and hopefully, well, we'll get the crossover pipes replaced, we'll get it MOT'd because the MOT expires now, get it MOT'd, get the crossover pipes done, and then let's hope that some of the restrictions have eased by early spring next year, and we can get some great summer driving with the in this Boxster. So that's the final drive of 2020 in my Boxster S. It's now going to get washed, cleaned, dried, covered, put away, normal things, overinflate tyres, trickle charger, etc, etc. Just wanted to show you this, and this is a folder of receipts, and you find that when you own cars at 15, 20, 25 years old and they've got so many receipts that they become almost you can't get them into the service manuals because they're just folded over, they're just too thick. So here's just this is the Porsche's one, and it's just a folder that's got the clear plastic envelopes that you just slip all your receipts into, and it's just a really nice way of keeping the history of the car in a nice thick folder that you can keep for years, and obviously it goes with the car and it's for future owners as well. And I think when you come to sell a car, things like this actually mean quite a lot. So that's it. I've enjoyed it. I've not used it as much in 2020, but it's cost me less than £350 in servicing this year. I'm also going to do another video in a few weeks' time, or certainly by the end of the year, that's going to look at all the cars grouped together, what everything has cost, including insurance, tax, all the maintenance and repairs of running these 6 classic cars. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me the thumbs up, please subscribe and stay tuned because there'll be another video coming up really soon.